Going.
2, 3.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm Roger Anionson, and Michael Patterson is joining me again. And this time, Michael, I want to talk about how building a better brain, not the design part. We'll get to that, but where do we start with building? Why is that a metaphor we want to use?
A while back, as you know, we hit upon this the weathering hypothesis, and it was this idea, sort of an explanation for why brains, as we get older, why some of them begin to fail and lose their capabilities. And it was this whole idea of taking, you start with a brand new barn or a family home, and everything is bright and shiny, and all of the hardware works, and everything is going nice. But then, as you go through first decade, second decade, snow, rain.
Whether it's normal wear and tear or there's some sort of an interruption that's a trauma of some kind, that the weathering hypothesis is one that has a time element to it.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, and as you go along, as you're saying, some of this is just normal. Mm-hmm. It's going to rain, so...
And because it's normal and because it's expected, what we now know is that normality can be predicted, and we know that some things have to be repaired. Because there is a life expectancy, and if you don't do something, we can also predict what's going to happen when you don't repair it.
Yeah, exactly right. So these are things that you have to repair. And it's the same thing with the brain. We're equating this to the brain, that the nerve cells, the neural networks, and so on, you start out nice, hopefully bright and shiny, and everything's working properly. But just through the course of normal metabolism, through the course of everything that you do, injuries that happen, there's wear and tear, there's attrition on the brain cells. And unless you can go back and do the things that allow you to repair the brain cells, then you start getting some kind of decline. So you have to repair, and you have to keep them in good shape in the first place. Sort of, if you paint the outside every year, it's not gonna erode as much as it might normally.
And Michael, we know in prior generations, it was a mystery as to what caused this decline at age 40, and that there's nothing you can do about it. But with both technology and more scientists and researchers actually studying the lifespan and what works and what doesn't, we now know that there are ways to say that things do break down at the cellular level. And we're going to talk in a little bit about what is coming up with how to modulate and how to really work from a cellular level. And then we're going to work on to a design level. How do we design a plan that's going to build something that we're going to call a house? So we'll do that in a moment.
Okay.